Yeah. Here we go again. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to do lower body abs, core. This is my favorite part. I love doing that. So now this is the old school jackknives. You bend your knees and you back up right, and then you just, move the ball from side to side and twist your obliques, your sides, and then this is more like an intermediate to advanced level whereby you elevate your legs or feet, whatever you want to call them, and do the same thing. This is more of the one that I do. Again, form is very, very important when you're doing this, and be mindful of your back. So now we've gone into my favorite, this what's it called, the reverse bridge, and just basic crunches. Okay, your hands basically by your ears, just to guide yourself, right? And this is like an outreach. You have your hands up there. You can do all kinds of things with whatever you decide to put your hands, that's left to you. But the most important thing is the crunching, and see your lower back is planted on the ball, right? And then you can use dumbbells as well, like you're loading the exercise with more weight, so it gets more intense, right? And you can feel it in your abs. And from now, what are we switching into? So we're going to do like it's almost like side twists. This is going to be for your for your obliques as well. Okay, this one is not a lot more. It's not that easy to do. You need a lot of balance to do it, but this is one of the exercises you could do with it, with a Swiss ball. I tell you, you could do so many things with a Swiss ball. And then basically you're just resting your feet on the Swiss. We're not doing any rollouts or anything. The purpose of this is just to rest your feet on it, and then you do crunches as well. Make sure that you're not, because I see a lot of people do it like they hold the back of their neck, and it's almost like they want to pull the neck away from the head or something. You don't do that. You just use your hands to guide your head as you crunch, as you come up. So that's very, very important, because you don't want to have all these neck issues. Now we're going to leg raises with the ball between our legs. We just leg raises, and it's almost like 20 degrees before it hits the ground, and then you stop there. If you look at it, we're not hitting the ground, we're coming right back up over 90 degrees. We're coming more crunching. The feet is coming even towards my chest, but you don't have to do all that. That's a bit extra. I don't even know why, but again, your lower back comes into play as a secondary muscle here, the twist for your obliques. Once you're doing your abs, you're doing the lower part, you're doing the obliques, and you're doing the top part as well. So that's why now we're doing crunches. So this is part of just trying to get the three core muscles in the abs, to work at the same time. So basically you're using the ball to stabilize yourself, right? Because you see people arching their backs. So this is what I'm doing to make sure that my back is absolutely flat on the ground. So now we're doing leg raises to ball switch. That's another exercise. So we're going to be doing the whole purpose of that is one is loaded and the other is not loaded. So this is more of an advanced exercise. One of my favorite ones as well. So switching the ball, exchanging the ball, going all the way down, come back up, same thing. Try that. Again, you don't have to use the Swiss ball to do this. You could do it just, without loading it if you want. And there's twisting again. This is a gradual thing. Please do not do this if you feel like your body cannot, your range of motion is not flexible like that. It's a gradual thing, okay? And don't pull anything. Once you feel a certain way, just stop. So this one is almost like, when you're twisting your cloth like a towel, right? So the upper body is twisted to one side and the lower body is twisted to the opposite side. All this is part of stretching and the flexibility. Okay, so all this, I think I do this at the end of all my exercises every time I go to the gym. I work out 3 days to 4 days now. This is a modified plank with your Swiss ball. Okay, you can time yourself. Make sure you're breathing. Another thing I notice, a lot of people not train. When I used to train people in the gym, they don't breathe. That's very bad. Starving your brain of oxygen. We don't want all that. We need to be breathing, inhaling and exhaling accordingly. So the next thing on the menu is rolling out. There you go. You dig in your elbow into the ball and just roll out. Now, this is like a little bit advanced, I would say. No, I think intermediate will say. The next exercise is probably advanced. The one that you be staring to the left and right. So this one, yeah. Roll out. There's like a little tool, like a little wheel that people do, right? You see that there's another form of exercise in the gym, but this one is more, with the Swiss ball, which is a lot more easier, I think. So this is the steady one. Like if you want to stir your pounded yam, that's a Nigerian staple. You stir it to the right, okay, and then you stir it to the left. This is more of an advance, and then you now roll out. So you're doing 3 form of motions, stir to the right, stir to the left, and then roll out. And I promise you can feel it. Even as I'm doing this voiceover, I can feel it. Like, yes, it is really, really intense. That's a very, very good one. If you can do 3 sets of that, oh my God, you'll feel it. For sure, you feel it. And the next exercise is bird dogs, which is just for your lower back. Bird dog, so extend one leg and the opposing hand. It should be straight. Yes, you do, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 repetitions of that. Or you can just hold it stationary. So it's just the leg on the left and the right arm. And just in the middle is where the strength will be. That's where we're building. Okay? Like I said, depending on your discretion, the amount of repetitions you do, or you can just time yourself, just hold it. All this will help with your balance as well as your the strength of your lower back. Okay, so I'm actually gonna see, this ball is like they can't wait to be freed and just moving all over the place. So this is the one where we're not using the Swiss ball. That's the basic bird dog. Whoever came up with the name bird dog, yeah, I don't know, whatever, but here we are. I think this is the one I do. I don't really use the ball. The ball is just for beginners, just to get your stability right. Then you can do it the traditional way. Okay, now I think I probably should have done this when I was doing the leg raises, but yes, I think I just remembered. So we're gonna do the leg raises, and then we're going to implement, I'm so sorry, we're going to implement like chest flies with a dumbbell. Okay, this is 2 exercises at the same time. So this is more advanced. If you want a challenge, you could do this. Okay, all the way down and then flies. Yes, this is a bit of intense, and then be careful if your back, if you feel like you have issues with your back or it's not strong enough, you can elevate it slightly, put something in there. There's one of those the foams you can put at your lower back. Okay, so you can do your flies, you can do chest press, you can use your dumbbells like we are right now. You can use the barbells as well, and you can use kettlebells as well whilst you're doing this. And then we're doing a twist with the obliques, doing the twist, all the lower back. If you want shredded lower backs, these are the things you will have to do. And then consistency will lead to results, and most importantly, what is your food intake. So thank you.